that song today. It's an old song. We all think of it as Eric Clapton's song, but it's not. It was actually written back in 1923 by a great piano player. His name was Jimmy Cox. It really didn't become popular until the Great Depression in 1929 by a blues singer by the name of Bessie Smith, very famous Renaissance blues player and or blues singer. I say player, but it was a singer. Now, the song was originally written on the piano, and when she sang it, I think there was mostly a lot of horns behind her and what have you. But we hear it a lot playing on the guitar, and it just has a great, a really good progression behind it. In fact, I think it's probably one of the best blues progressions out there. And so I thought we'd go over it today. It's actually quite simple to some extent, and you can make it as complex as you want or as simple as you want. So we're going to go over that today. And let's see if I can get that glare off my glasses. I'm gonna, there we go. I think it's not great, but it's better. You just have to put up with it. Just look at my guitar. Or we need to go over the fact that tomorrow is going to be the live. So I want to remind you of that. It's going to be at 5 p.m. And it's going to be December 31st. It was going to be midnight, but we changed it. We figured half the country would be still asleep. So 5 p.m. tomorrow, mark your calendars, set your alarm, whatever you need to do. But be there because we're going to have some fun. Tim's going to be there. We got some giveaways. And let's see, what else? Yeah, well, actually, what we're going to theme it as is favorites of 2024. So we'll have favorite guitars, favorite picks, whatever. We're going to just talk about them. And so that should be it. But tomorrow, be there, 5 p.m., okay? All right. So let's get started on this little lesson. Try to keep it as short as possible. But it starts out in C. And if you want, you can make the usual C chord. Some people like to pick up that G by playing the C this way. See that? Or this way. What I like to do is play it this way. And the reason why I do this, this is a C chord right here, or you can bar it, right? Well, what I'm doing is just playing two of the notes. And because these three fingers, for the most part in the song, there's one time it has to shift, but for the most part, they're playing strings 3, 2, and 1, okay? And the thumb is taking care of strings 4, 5, and 6. So you'll see that throughout the whole thing. And so when I play this first note, I might pick up just the C and strings 4 and 3, okay? But the thing is that sometimes what I'll do is I'll pick up that low E with it together. Just, it just depends on my mood, I guess. But for the most part, just pick up those 3 strings. And what I do is pick them. So we're just picking it. Then we go to the E7th, and I use the 7th right here at the 2nd string, 3rd fret, but we're playing it on and off with the pinky finger, starting off and putting it on. So it goes like this. Okay, so to pick up that 3rd fret, same string, 2nd string, it's a D, and then the open E. And so you don't have to play it exactly that way. You can, whatever's easier for you. And if you want, you can strum it. that's where you're at in terms of how you play right now. So you could just do C. Once I lived a life of millionaire, spent all my money, I didn't have a care. Okay, so that's how that song goes. So next we go to the D minor chord. And then we go to the A7th. And then we go back to the D minor chord and pick up that first finger off that first string. And play that open E. So it goes. Okay, so far we have. Where it gets a little complex, and you can do this any way you want. If you want, you don't have to bar it like I'm going to. You could just just do a regular F and go to a regular D. So, and I'll show you what I mean as we move into it, but I didn't want to scare you. If you can't do bar chords, just use the other method, okay? So here we go. All right, but if you can learn a bar chord, oh my goodness, it just gives you so much more. In this case, I'm going to do a hammer-on with an E7th shape. That's the E7th, right? We're going to use that same shape right there, so we make it the F7. Okay? Okay? So, I mean, to me, that is just a great sound, rather than, but you can do the F. Just do a hammer-on with the whole thing. And then go to the D. But in my case, I'm going to pick up the F sharp and play the D with it. See that? And then what I'm going to do is instead of going to the A7th, just to the A7th, I'm going to do a walk down. Or what I like to do is pick up this bass with it and putting those together. Oops, now when I think about it, I can't do it. Okay, so there you go. All right, so that kind of is neat. So let's go back to the beginning where we left off. Are you ready? Okay, now you'll notice I did something over here. I started a walk up. Basically, it's just open, the G string open, play the second fret, and then play the B string open. Then go to the F, okay? Then you go to D7th, almost missed that. Go to D7th, then to G7th. And you can do G7th this way too. This sounds good. Picking up that F again just sounds good, okay? So let's take it from the beginning so you can hear it. All ready? What's really neat about that song is there's other songs that use those same runs. Like, for instance, What a Day for a Daydream uses this part. Tomorrow we'll pay been alone. A pie in the face for being a sleepy old toad. Remember that? What a day for a daydream. So, you know, you'll use these in other things. So it's good to learn this. But it's also good because it's a part of our history, of our musical history, and the Great Depression to have this song. I don't know if I read you the words to this old song, and I'm certainly not going to try singing it, but it really tells the story. Once I was a millionaire, spent all my money, didn't have a care. And then it goes on to talk about how he began to fall so low, lost all his good friends, nowhere to go. And then he says, if I get my hands on $1 again, I'll hang on it till the eagle grins. I just think that's great. It's, when I began to fall so low, lost all my good friends, had nowhere to go. If I get my hands on $1 again, I'll hang on to it till the eagle grins. I just think that's great. Anyways, it's a good old song. And so practice it, play with it, have fun with it. And I think we'll just end it right there. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.